Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh, I've been waiting for this to happen. In fact, you might even say I've been trying to speak this into existence. The moment Donald Trump started cracking down on immigration crime, I immediately used my platform to signal boost an Ilhan Omar story that I believe the mainstream media had been purposely ignoring. For years, we've seen reports that supposedly Ilhan Omar married her own brother to get him a green card. In other words, the allegation is that Ilhan Omar committed immigration fraud, and it's one of those situations where it feels like, oh, okay, a sitting member of the House committed a serious crime here, and she's just gonna be able to get away with it? It just didn't sit right with me, and so I brought it back to the forefront, hopefully playing a small role in putting the spotlight back on this very serious matter that should be investigated. And well, it seems as though it might actually be happening. And actually, the Ilhan Omar scandal might be worse than we initially thought, as Minnesota State Representative Steve Drakowski supposedly has the receipts. And I'm talking about affidavits, eviction notices, financial records, the whole 9 yards. It turns out that Ilhan Omar might not just be a radical congresswoman with a history of shady behavior. She might be a full-blown criminal if what is being alleged is accurate here. We're talking federal tax fraud, immigration fraud, student loan fraud, perjury, kickbacks, campaign finance violations. Ilhan Omar might make your average DC grifter look like a complete amateur. Let me show you guys what's being alleged here. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Okay, so we already know that Ilhan Omar has been found guilty by the Minnesota Campaign Finance Board for illegally funneling money to her own consulting firm, which she was subsequently forced to have to pay it back. And of course, we know that if a Republican had done that, they'd probably be in handcuffs right now. But because she's a Democrat, the Biden DOJ and the FBI pretended none of it ever even happened. And well, I guess we got more to add to the list. Supposedly, Ilhan Omar is guilty of perjury. Omar testified under oath that she hadn't seen or heard from her ex-husband, which is alleged to be her brother, since 2011. Except Representative Drakowski has the receipts, and he's calling that a bald-faced lie and accusing Ilhan Omar of having lied under oath.
Another exhibit, it's in your packet, the question of perjury. This isn't the best copy, but this is Representative Omar's, I'll just call it, because it's called Application for an Order for Service by Alternate Means. So, as I understand it, Representative Omar approached the court and tried to get the divorce in 2017 from Ahmed Elmi without actually having him there. And in order to do that, she testified under perjury twice in here that she hadn't seen or heard of Ahmed Elmi since 2011. And you'll find in your packet too, and Preya Sam Sadar had this brought forward, as I understand, 2016. This is the affidavit of service of the eviction notice for Ahmed Nur Said Elmi in 2012, a year after she said she had last heard from him, less than 10 blocks from where she lived in Minneapolis.
How is our national security at stake here?
If you talk to the police, they will tell you that a person's past behavior is the best indicator of their future behavior. Best predictor of their future behavior is their past behavior. I have laid out for you Representative Omar's past behavior.
So it turns out that there's an eviction notice for Ahmed Elmi, Ilhan Omar's brother, from 2012, proving that he was living just 10 blocks away from Ilhan Omar in Minneapolis. You don't just accidentally forget that your ex-husband, or that your brother of all people, lived down the frickin' street. And then it gets even more suspicious. Omar allegedly filed to legally separate from her brother back in 2017, and within 37 days, Ahmed magically remarries another woman. Sure, just a coincidence. Yeah, nothing suspicious at all, not like she was married to her brother for immigration purposes alone, and then the moment they separated, probably after he got his citizen papers all sorted, they divorce and instantly he marries another woman, probably his actual spouse. Something is not adding up here. And Steve Drakowski also claims at one point, Ilhan Omar, Ahmad Elmi, and Ahmad Hersey, I believe, was Ilhan Omar's next husband, which she separated with, I believe, in 2019, at one point were all living in the same house together.
There's questions about FAFSA. Incidentally, the marriage between Ahmed Elmi and Representative Omar occurred in 2009. As I understand, that was the first year that they both attended North Dakota State together, and during that 2 or 3 or 4 years at North Dakota State, there were at least 2 instances at 2 different addresses that Representative Omar, Ahmad Hersi, and Ahmad Elmi all lived at the same address. I think that should be interesting.
Was that a real address or a post box? Mailbox?
I can't recall. There were 2 different ones in 2 different points in time. So evidently they may have moved to a different street address or something.
In other words, she lied in her testimony. Something is not adding up, and at this point, if Ilhan Omar doesn't face a serious investigation here, then I'm just putting my hands up in the air and I'm saying the justice system is officially a complete joke. This isn't just one little mistake, it's a years-long pattern of fraud, deception, and outright law-breaking. She's illegally funneled fundraising dollars to her now current husband, to her own organizations. She's lied under oath and allegedly committed immigration fraud. When are politicians going to be held accountable for the actions that they engage in? It's always the same damn thing. Democrats break the law, they lie under oath, they funnel all kinds of money inappropriately, they weaponize their power and systems for personal or party gain, and then when caught or when it comes to light, the media memory holes the whole damn thing. Hillary Clinton's emails never happened. The Hunter Biden laptop never happened. In fact, the media doesn't only want you to memory hole the damn thing, they want to rewrite history and cast Joe Biden as a historic president that will go down with an incredible legacy. Ooh, how brave and amazing. I mean, what a joke. The Obama administration also spied on Donald Trump. They worked with the Hillary Clinton campaign to launch a shadow coup against the sitting president of the United States, but I guess that was just debunked, right? Fake news never actually happened. Yeah, until the evidence became so freaking overwhelming. But again, no accountability. Whenever leftist politicians commit crimes, it's always treated as a right-wing conspiracy theory. Ooh, it's a conspiracy theory. Is it really, even when there's a freaking paper trail? Ilhan Omar allegedly committed immigration fraud and then lied about it under oath. Something ought to happen, right? Otherwise, it's a double standard of justice. Look at what happened to Roger Stone. He lied under oath, remember? And they raided his frickin' home in the middle of the night with a CNN crew, ready to catch the whole thing on tape so they could build their little pathetic narrative against the former president and cast him as a criminal. These are serious allegations that must be investigated. We're not just talking about a random person having committed immigration fraud. We're talking about a sitting member of the US Congress. And it goes far beyond that. Not just immigration fraud, also perjury, and supposedly tax fraud. At least that seems to be part of the accusation from this Minnesota representative. And now I don't think we're going to go too much into detail over that one until I see all the facts and all the receipts. But we have a local Minnesota politician making some serious claims and presenting evidence that once again shines the spotlight on Congressman Omar, and that simply cannot be swept under the rug. That's pretty much it. That's what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.